What are some people expecting out of me? Should I just keep repeating the same things so many people on the left are saying? Should I call Trump a fascist over and over again? Maybe I could say some things that could help influence someone to carry out a terroristic attack. Would you prefer that? Maybe I could say that the Republican Party is fascist. Would that help? Maybe claim that Christians are fascist as well, like Antifa believes. I don't like what the Democrats do when they're in power, and I don't like what the Republicans do when they're in power. Neither side actually gives a shit about freedom of speech. If we had Kamala in office, it's guaranteed that we'd eventually have another version of the Disinformation Governance Board, as well as hate speech laws, where it would be kind of like what Twitter used to be like, where people would be targeted for saying negative things about radical leftist ideologies. And I won't even really call them leftist. They're just extreme ideologies that kind of represent the left, not the real left. People saying things against what would be considered SJWs or woke. Even though those aren't good descriptors, but it's the best words we have right now. Maybe target people for saying the wrong things that align with science, for bringing up the wrong statistics that say the wrong message. I'd still prefer Kamala over Trump, but to pretend that Kamala and Tim would actually care about freedom of speech is a joke. Yes, Trump doesn't care about freedom of speech. Neither does his cabinet. And he's willing to go to new lows to destroy it. Yes, it's brazen and blatant. Trump's sycophants and diehard supporters will deny it to the very end. At least until the violations start affecting them directly. Just like Kamala and Tim supporters would claim that enacting hate speech laws aren't violating freedom of speech until it affects them. Trump wants to handle crime by bringing in the military, making people feel unsafe and making people scared to go outside because someone might accuse them of committing a crime. Like when the military in D.C. harassed someone for smoking a cigarette on their own front porch. Kamala would surely do nothing about crime at all. And we'd watch our great cities become worse and worse, while Democratic politicians would claim it's getting better and better. And the people trying to call out the crime would be called something that ends in Islamophobic, or hateful, or apathetic to minorities and marginalized people. So should I just act like late-night shows, and endlessly criticize even the smallest things about the Trump administration, and right-wing icons and figures? Maybe I could call Charlie Kirk a Nazi for just good measure, right? Is that what you think is good content? Do you think that would be a good way of me using my platform? No, I don't like the Trump administration. But the ways that so many people who label themselves as being on the left or Democrats are reacting to so many things, especially this year, and probably even worse over the next few years, we'll probably lose in both the midterms and the next presidential election. And then cry foul, and then blame it on misogyny, or something that ends in Islamophobic, or the alt-right, or fascists, or Nazis, or the Christian nationalists. Or just say that it's all because of hate, while ignoring the hate that comes from our side. Or maybe it'll be blamed on Russia again. Russia, Russia, Russia! Our entire political system is beyond polarized and only cares about the very rich and the elite. Democrats will never enact important leftist policies that they virtue signal about, while they're busy helping the rich and the elite in secret in the background, while Republicans will continue blatantly supporting the rich and the elite, while blaming all of our problems on oppressed and marginalized groups. Just saying.